have decided something. What have you decided? I have decided
that
When we're born, we have a mommy and daddy, right? And then when we grow up and get married, we have children of our own. And then our children grow up and get married and have children. And so on and so on. So it's very important and very fun also to have sex.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Hi, everybody. This is Miranda, and you're listening to Interesting Sex, a show about who, how, where, and why we fuck. Merry Christmas! Did you know it's Christmas? It's Christmas, and I have a podcast. Life is good, y'all. Life is good. Today, I'm really excited. I'm bringing a special Christmas episode to you. We're lucky to have Susan Bratton today. So you know how I have a podcast and I talk to people about sex, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm having sex? Well, she is a sex advisor, and to be a sex advisor, she has to practice what she preaches. So she gets to have sex all the time, and then she brings you the results, ways to have better orgasms, ways to keep things fresh with your couple, ways to get closer and more intimate, ways to pretty much save your relationship through sex. She's really, really cool, and she gets to do everything she says. So I get to talk to her about it. She gets to do it. If you want to do it with me, please send me a message at InterestingSexPodcast.com. If you think you have great sex and you want to be on the show, please let me know, InterestingSexPodcast.com. I'm on Instagram. It is at InterestingSexPodcast, on Twitter, at PodcastSex. And also, please subscribe and rate and review anywhere that you listen to your podcast. I would really love that. Thank you so much. Okay, enough about me. It's Christmas and you want to hear some sex shit. So let's open our ears, our hearts, and our holes and give a nice warm welcome to Susan Bratton. You can check her out on Instagram right now at Susan Bratton, or you can go to betterlover.com and see her videos because she's adorbs. You're going to want to see what she looks like, and you can imagine her talking with us right now. Okay. Mwah.
Hello?
Hi, Susan.
Yes?
Hey, Susan. This is Miranda calling from Interesting Sex.
Oh, Miranda, I have some interesting sex things to talk to you about today. I'm so glad you called me. I've been feeling a little turned on.
Oh, really?
And it's Friday.
Oh,
And I'm going to have a hot date later. And
oh, yeah.
I've had kind of a sexy morning already.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
so I think this is going to be an extra juicy call. I hope you're good with that.
Yes, that's why I was calling you. I didn't know it was going to start so juicy with a phone sex voice happening over here. Well, who's your date with?
My lover.
Okay. And what do you guys have planned for tonight?
Oh God, always the same old usual thing we always do, which is just massage, hot makeout. Usually he can't wait to go down on me, so we do that. He puts me up on a pillow throne, and
Okay.
I spread my legs open and I just lay back there, and he just enjoys going down on me. And he's
Where did
really
you meet this man?
and well, I'm married to him, and he's really into my pussy, and he's not going down on me for me. He's going down on me for his turn on. It gets him so off
Right.
to go down on me. And so basically,
I love those people. They are people that get off on other people's pleasure. Literally.
yeah, well, no, he's not getting off on my pleasure. He's getting off on going down on me. That's turning him on.
Okay.
It's
So he just likes his face surrounded in pussy smells and feels.
yeah, he's very oral.
Okay.
He just really gets off on eating my pussy. The tip of his tongue is like a clit. It's
Okay.
so sensitive and so full of sexual energy. And he'll just literally trace the edges of my inner labia, my little tiny labia, right on the edge where it's kind of dark tinge. And he'll just take his tongue and rub down the very edge of those labia, and it will literally send me to the moon. Like,
Okay, so that sounds like a good date.
well, that's just the beginning of it.
Okay.
I got
Do y'all get dinner before, or is dinner after?
Well, usually we like to have dinner and then make love, but now that we're getting old, a lot of times we like to like have really early sex and then have dinner afterward. I don't know.
Because sometimes if you eat too much, like you don't really feel like having sex anyway.
No. My friend Ben Greenfield, he has like the perfect pre-sex meal where he talks
What's his
about
name?
Ben Greenfield. He's
Okay. Does he have his own show about sex food?
No, he has his own show about biohacking and fitness. And I was on recently, and I was talking about sex hacks. You know, I was talking about and regenerative sexual health protocols to turn back the clock on your genitals.
Okay.
And he said,
well, really quick,
yeah,
let's go over like what you do.
Oh,
and who you are.
All right.
And then let's get into all of this stuff so people know who they're listening to and why.
Okay.
There is a good reason to listen to you. You know what you're talking about.
Well,
so I want everyone to know that.
That's true. Plus, I'm just fun to listen to.
Yeah.
You might as well just ride the ride.
Yes.
You might as well. Just strap something on or well, I don't know what. So what I am is here's my title. Trusted hot sex advisor to millions. That's what I call myself.
Awesome.
Other people call me the Dear Abby of sex, but I think that's derivative, and I think I'm an original, which is why I call myself the Trusted Hot Sex Advisor to millions, and everyone else calls me the Dear Abby of sex.
Okay.
So I teach passionate lovemaking. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a coach. I'm not a counselor. I don't fix and heal traumas and problems. I am an opportunity creator for your sex life. I publish not books, but online programs with audio, video, and ebooks that people can consume in the privacy of their home, solo or with a partner, to learn new sexual skills. So basically, I also call myself, since we're in the introductory phase, orgasmonaut. I am the astronaut of orgasms. I shoot myself with my lover out into orgasmic space and go as far out as I can go. I see what the limits are for how good orgasms can feel, how many I can have, how long I can go, the different ways I can have orgasms, what I can do to make myself come, all that stuff. And then I report it back to people so they can have really great orgasmic and also passionate, connected, heart-connected, soulful sex. I'm not the sexpert that's going to teach you about pegging and fisting. It's too much for me. It's not really my thing.
Right.
I don't do kink and BDSM, but I do teach men how to be dominant in bed. I'm very good. My strength is teaching men how to really pleasure women. I think that's my sweet spot, is helping a guy understand how to get his woman to surrender to her physical pleasure and her spiritual sexual connection and let go of her shame, her body issues, any traumas that have happened, working through that, you know. So that's what I do anyway. There you go.
That sounds delicious.
It's so nice.
That's cool. You were starting to talk to me about some awesome sex stuff about rejuvenating, I think, penis and sexual health, or something that you're talking with Ben about. Ben with is where I cut you off to learn about you.
Yeah. You want to know a little bit about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had it done, and I've done it to my husband.
Okay. So what have you done?
When you get old, like,
how old are you?
57 years old.
And I'll tell you to go into the show notes and look at her site, because this woman is beautiful. Which, if you haven't looked it up already after you heard about her pussy being eaten, you should look at her now, because she is gorgeous. Okay, but apparently she's 57 years old, and she has a cane that we can't see.
No, that's my broom.
Sorry, the cane is the giant dick in her hand.
Yeah, right. Now you're painting the pictures.
Right.
Hey, it's a podcast.
That's her husband's dick.
the pictures.
Right.
Oh, the question was, what did I do to rejuvenate my vagina?
Oh, vagina okay, you've rejuvenated
penis.
penises and vaginas. So
Yeah,
when you
I'm a
get old,
and your estrogen starts to wane, or your testosterone starts to wane if you're a man. Your libido starts to go down a little bit lower. And sometimes the effects can be such as, on a woman, vaginal dryness, lack of lubrication. And the tissue can get actually thin. You know how older people's skin is like papery and thin?
yeah, I don't want to think about that. That's like a gross analogy. But yeah.
But that's what happens to your vagina and to your penis. They atrophy and they age. The skin ages, everything in them ages. You're
Okay.
aging. Like if you're wrinkled on the outside.
Like your inner walls are actually getting thinner. Too bad that doesn't happen to our waist.
I know. Your waist actually gets bigger. It totally goes the wrong way.
Right.
But it doesn't matter, because you should always love your body for everything it's doing for you your whole life long, no matter what it is like, and always do your best to care the best for it, which I do because I need my vagina for my job. Not that I have sex with anyone but my husband, but I still need him as my research partner. I can't be not having sex and talking about passionate lovemaking. So I'm like, I got to fix this shit. Right. So what did I do? I went on a journey and I found some things. And one of them was I resurfaced my interior of my vagina with a CO2 laser called a FemiLift. And it was like they take 5 passes and it kind of thickens the skin. And then I had another thing that was like an external sound healing type of thing. And then I had a third, which was on my labia. And then I had a third thing, which was the O shot, or orgasm shot, which is the one you're going to be the most interested in because it makes you calm better. Oh, me? Am I hungry, little pussy? Yes. Miranda. Yeah, the O shot was all this stuff. Basically, it turned around all my problems. The thinness my tissue got thicker, more lubrication, tighter grip, more vaginal pleasure. And the O shot also built the meat back up in my clitoral structure.
Is it actually like a shot?
Yeah, it's a hypodermic needle of your own blood. But what they do is they take blood out of your arm and they put it in a centrifuge, just a vial of it. They put it in a centrifuge, they spin it around, and they pour off the red stuff and the white stuff. They have what's left is called platelet-rich plasma, PRP. And they put that under a fresh needle, and you're numbed, and they shoot it on each side of your clitoris and up in your vaginal area and your G-spot in the meaty parts of your clit there. And your clitoris, being erectile tissue, soaks it in like a sponge, and it brings growth factors and even stem cells for rejuvenation of that tissue from all over your body. And it concentrates your own healing factors into your clitoral area, so the tissue actually becomes better and stronger. You have more vaginal lubrication. You also if you have incontinence, which you get as you get older, gravity pulls down on things. And sometimes you have like urge or stress incontinence. And so you pee in your pants a little bit. It's one of women's number one problems. And the number one reason women go into nursing homes is because of incontinence. So I know these are really sexy facts, but the thing is, you got to take care of the goods. As a man, you can use the sound healing technology called Gainswave plus a P shot, which is the O shot, but the male version, the Priapus shot, same thing. PRP from your body into your penis, rejuvenates the tissue, and then use a penis pump, a vacuum erection device, kind of pulls the healing growth factors through your penis. And the combination of those 3 things works fantastic on reversing ED, enlarging penises, and just generally giving you firmer, harder, longer erections, more heightened erectile function. And so I am very big on them. I've been putting Botox in my face since I was 30. So why wouldn't I be doing things like, and lasering my skin to get the age spots off, which one does at my age? Why would I not be taking care of the most important asset of my life, my beautiful vulva, which brings me so much joy and pleasure?
Right. Because you want people to like your face, so they'll go down your pants. But the drapes got to match the curtain.
Exactly.
You can't look all pretty up here and then be all like saggy and thin skinned down there.
Well, it just can't hurt to have sex, which is what was happening. Yeah. So I had to fix that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. But also, speaking of the rejuvenation, I like watching your videos and I recommend them to everyone.
You are sweet.
It's called betterlover.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
Betterlover.com.
done,
It takes you to our
Miranda.
YouTube page. Thank you.
Dang, girl,
Um,
good for you.
but she sucks sticks and makes them grow.
I do. I call it my blow and grow technique.
Yes.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Well, you and I share a love of cocksucking.
Yeah.
Is it pleasurable?
Yeah.
Good. What do you
Yeah.
like about it?
I like knowing how good it feels to them. And then I feel good.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel sexy and excited.
Great.
I just like trying to be the best that I can be.
That's so sweet. Can I give you a next step?
Yes.
You know how when you gargle and you go like that back in your throat, you kind of hold the water really back deep in your throat?
Yeah.
And you know how yeah. And you know how when you do that, you're kind of almost pressing your throat together a little bit. You're closing your throat. Do you feel how you're doing that?
Yeah. It's almost like ujjayi breath in yoga.
It is like ujjayi breath. Very much so. What you're doing there is you've just felt those muscles. Ujjayi breath or gargling, that's whatever those muscles are. I should look that up actually. I've never talked about this before, but those muscles down there. Now think about a pencil sharpener, an old-fashioned pencil sharpener that has two cylinders that go around each other and they move like back and forth a little to the side. You can take those muscles of your throat and you can just like kind of like that, move your throat. Next time
I see what you mean. So it's like you're gargling.
Yeah.
But you're not making the noise really because your mouth is.
Exactly. You don't make the noise. That was for podcast effect.
People can feel it. Okay.
Yeah. So what you do is when you're really relaxed, when the tip of his penis, his glans, has passed through the epiglottal sphincter and down into that next place into your throat, then just relax. Drop your tongue back. Relax and open. And you just palpate his penis in your throat by moving those muscles and just see what that does.
Okay, first step, I need a boyfriend. A man.
Well, all right, so when you get a boyfriend, when you get to the point where he knows hold still, not to jam your head down, and all those kinds of things, and you kind of are getting off on each other, you just take your pleasure. He will feel that and love that, and that will bring him into orgasm. So you don't have to do anything to him. It's more powerful even when you get yourself off on his cock.
Right.
That's so hot for him. Men have a core wound. The masculine has a core wound of concern about rejection and not being wanted. 99% of men, they really need to know they're wanted. So do women, but people don't think men do, and they do, especially around.
I feel like because women ask for it more, like they're more vocal about it or something.
And societally conditioned for them to ask for it.
Right.
Men don't get much verbal or physical approval. They're supposed to give it, they don't get it. So when you get off on him, what that's telling him is that he's wanted. Like what men want is use me for my cock.
Right.
I want to get off on your cock. I need your cock.
Right.
I want that cock in me so bad. You're my daddy, whatever.
I had a guy that didn't like it when I called him daddy, but.
Yeah, well, some people don't. I think what it is, it's an acknowledgement of the masculine caretaker.
Right.
When a woman feels safe, part of the safety is daddy safety. Nothing's going to happen to you, my little girl.
Right.
And we women need to feel that in the bedroom. So it might have been some of his own shame around something.
Right.
And he judged you about it, but it was something for him. But a lot of women love when their guy says, "Oh, good girl, come for me." You're such a good girl. Look at you.
Right.
Like that. That's so sexy for most women, but there are some women for whom it's like, that's fucked up.
Right.
Don't say, and they're like, it really triggered it. All good.
Yeah.
As it reminds me, I just finished a new book. It's called Dirty Talk.
Okay. It's your book?
Yeah, it's my book.
Yes. Okay. I didn't think you finished the book. I was like, maybe she just finished reading it.
Oh, I just finished up. Right. Of course. Exactly. Yeah. No, it's my book. Yeah.
That's
It's a
so
brand
cool.
new one. I'm just about to release it. It'll be out by the time this podcast is up.
Awesome.
And I had a lot of fun writing it, because what I really did was I gave like kind of guidelines about how to have super hot, dirty talk. And that's what the good girl thing reminded me of it, because in there I addressed that issue that for some people words are triggers, and you just have to get that out. Like, I don't like good girl, but you can call me a slut.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Whatever. Right. Choose your words.
Yeah.
Well, that's so exciting. So you enjoy dirty talk?
I do. My husband likes it the best.
Like he likes to talk it, or he likes to hear it, or both?
He likes me to talk dirty to him while I'm having sex with him.
Okay.
Because he's auditory in his theta state, which means that during lovemaking, when he's in his surrendered brainwave state, which is theta,
Okay.
that's when we're really in orgasm and in deep surrender. It's our theta state. It's an unconscious mind. You actually go a little unconscious. That's why the trance of sex is like the trance of meditation. That's why you can achieve spiritual, divine connection, both through sacred sexuality as well as through, just meditating. You can touch God. That's two paths to it.
Okay.
And there are many. Whirling dervishes do it with a spin, Where was I?
He likes you to talk dirty to him.
So for him,
talk dirty to me.
Exactly. For him, it's really a pleasure when I tell him a story while I'm making love to him, and I just kind of like throw him down and get on top of him and use his cock, which he loves, and tell him a dirty story. And I just like totally focus on him, because he's auditory when he's
so
in that.
you would be like getting them on the bed, and then you'd be like, I was coming up to you in the park and I saw your sexy ass and I wanted to turn you around, take your belt off and throw you in the bushes and like this kind of thing.
Exactly. I just make it up as I go along.
Okay.
And sometimes
you start talking about and then you start talking about what you're doing to him as you're doing it, as it's part of the story.
Not all the time.
Okay.
A lot of times what I'm doing is it's all I can do usually to like think up the story and kind of, but I don't think I've gotten that. It's a good idea. I'll try that.
Yeah.
I haven't quite gotten that evolved.
Okay.
Great idea.
My mind just started going crazy. I'm like, I never thought of this.
I think that's really good. I'll weave the sensation into the story.
Right.
Duh. Brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, I love that. But yeah, I make shit up, crazy shit, and I string it together. Because he's auditory in his theta state, he can't remember anything afterward. He's like, I think it was about cheerleaders, and there was like a Batmobile, and
what?
So he doesn't really remember. So I feel.
Do these stories even have anything to do with sex?
Of course, I make them roller darting.
Right. Of course, there's cheerleaders, but then the Batmobile happened.
Yeah. Hey, that could happen, because I've been to Burning Man I don't know how many times. So, you see, I had a whole vehicle of like 15 Elvises drive up to me and take me off my bike and dance with me, and then put me on my bike and hop back on and drive away. So why wouldn't there be cheerleaders in a Batmobile?
That's perfect. Yeah. Maybe next year, if I'm there, we can meet up. I want to talk really quick about blowjobs. Do you know why it's called blowjob? Because I do.
Tell us, because I can't remember.
Okay. I think, what I read, I think it's from England, where it was called a below the belt job.
Mm.
And then below just turned into below.
Yeah, blowjob. That makes sense. I love it.
Below, because like you don't really blow. I mean, maybe you do now because you have all these techniques that have derived from it, but it's really just below the belt job.
I like it. I love that.
So that's all.
You are such a font of fabulous information today, Miranda. Below the belt job, I love.
Yes. Yes.
What do you want to talk about now? You're
Well,
good at asking questions.
Am I? Thank you.
Well, because you're naturally curious and you're a dirty, dirty little girl.
I feel like this is the best. It's like, why didn't I think about making a podcast before about sex? It's like, I can just talk about sex and be really dirty. No, I want to talk to you about how you got into this position.
Which position?
You're so like what you went through, and then also your transition into working in the sex industry. But you started out with a very hard sex life and like sex persona and how it's changed. So I kind of wanted to talk about your journey into your healthy, happy sexual life and feminine self from where you came.
Okay. Yeah. I had a series of unfortunate sexual events occur in my early years that still did not deter me from wanting hot sex. I've always been a horny girl. I've always wanted to have hot sex, and I never quite got it. Stuff would happen. Sometimes it was abuse or physical traumas. Sometimes it was an unwanted pregnancy or a sexual shaming. Most times it was just a partner who had as little experience as I did, blind leading the blind. Nobody was any good at it, and it was just no good, and it was disappointing, and I was unsatisfied.
Right.
And I met my husband when I was 30, and we were good in bed together, and I really liked his dick. He had the best dick of any guy that I had ever had sex with in my life. We were well suited, well matched, well fit. We had pretty good sex for the first 5 years of our marriage. 6 and 7 slowed down. We had a kid. By 8 and 9, it was almost gone. By 10, we were basically living in a platonic marriage. By 11, we were talking about, should we divorce or try to fix the problem? I got bored with sex because I wasn't having orgasms from intercourse. So we'd have intercourse. When you have intercourse for a decade without an orgasm, it fucking pisses you off, and you're like, fuck you, sex. Fuck it, man. I don't want.
So did you still have like clitoral orgasms?
Yeah, but I had to like really work hard for them.
Right.
Like, with the vibrator. And so I don't know. We just didn't know we didn't know what we were doing. Like nobody does. Right. So instead of getting a divorce, we're like, all right, well, let's like try and clean this shit up and see if we can fix it. And so we...
Did it cause other problems in the marriage, or did you guys just know you were just bored like with sex, or did it start... Because some people are like, I just didn't love them anymore and I just wasn't attracted to them anymore, or like, did it turn into other things?
It was lonely. He was sad and angry with me. He tried everything. I was lonely and unsatisfied, but we didn't know what to do. The stuff we tried didn't work. So we said, all right, let's deal. We went to a marriage and family therapist, and she said, oh, sex just goes down over time. It's just part of it. And we're like, no, you're fired.
What kind of answer is that?
That was her answer. And my husband, we walked out there, my husband's like, we're not coming back. The second one we went to, she dug up the fact that I'd had this sexual trauma. And that was kind of her expertise, which was actually great because I thought I had dealt with it and I hadn't dealt with it.
Sexual trauma, like as a child you had?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I was sexually abused as a child repeatedly. And
I'm so sorry.
But you know what? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, what I got from that was my stepfather was the one who did it. My stepfather was worse off than I, because I was a victim. It was nothing I did. It was luck of the draw. And I felt bad that he had to be a molester, incestual child molester, horrible person. And so I really got to the point where I was like, and he's passed, which makes it very easy for me to be so kind.
Right.
But I worked myself through it. And my husband spent a lot of time doing G-spot healing with me. G-spot healing, basically G-spot massage, genital massage. Is
this after you met with this therapist?
During this time, he started doing this for me. And then we started learning how to have sex together, pleasuring skills, orgasm skills, more massage, more engorgement, more foreplay, more just pleasure, even if it's not sex. It brought us back together, and I started having better orgasms. Then we started working on giving me orgasms during penetration, and he started giving me frequent genital massages and expanded orgasm dates, including G-spot healing massages. And that really got me into my body. It got me feeling my pleasure. It got me engorged. It got me letting go of upset. It got me crying and then laughing, and then orgasming. That was like the stair step of the G-spot release work that he did for me.
Wow.
And so once he kind of got my somatic trauma out of me, we started just having really great sex, and that rekindled our entire relationship. We were always best friends. And I've always loved him. I could never do better. That's what I told him. I could replace you, but I could never do better than you. And so let's fix it. And so we fucking did, to the point where we're like, oh my God, the stuff we didn't know. And we saw all our friends just dropping like flies, divorce, divorce, divorce. I'm like, all those wedding presents.
Right.
All those rubber chicken we ate, you know? And so,
Yeah. Why does wedding food have to be so dry? It's always overcooked.
A lot of people to feed.
I know, but still, if it's in many a restaurant, it can be done.
Yeah, but eat before you go.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just eat a bunch of salad.
Yeah.
And then I just talk to everybody. That's my way. And so anyway, we like, to sum it up, I would say that's why we started our company, because we fell in love together. We were more in love than ever before. And we said, we have to bring all this to the world. And we actually started a podcast network almost 15 years ago, Miranda.
Okay.
And we were some of the very first podcasts on iTunes. We had our own, it's probably still up there. Shit, I never even go look, but we had a bunch of we had 40 shows, and we had 4 sex podcasts, and people, millions of downloads. They loved our sex podcast, but we couldn't make any money at it 15 years ago. So we morphed our business into taking that content and charging for it instead of dripping it out over podcasts that we couldn't monetize.
Right.
And we built a publishing company.
You had a different job because you're kind of like a high power lady.
Yeah, high tech executive. Yeah.
Okay. And then did you quit that to start this, or or it kind of started while you were doing the other one? Did you guys just like quit everything and put everything into this new business?
Yeah, we quit everything and put everything into the new business. Yeah, and it almost broke us. We had to sell our house. We ran out of money. We never thought it would take so long to make the business go. It took 8 years. We ran out of money. We had to sell our house. We had to take hard money loan just to make the payments so we could sell our house, so we could keep going. Like, it was dark for us. But
you're still having great sex.
Yeah. Although I hate once broke. Yeah, we hit the bottom, but we bounced up. We were like, no way, man, we're doing this. We're just make it happen. You know, it's just been he and I against the world for 27 years. We do figure our shit out, and we fail a lot, and stuff happens to us. I mean, it's like any couple. If you stay together long enough, you're going to have health issues, and people are going to die, and, you know, all this stuff's going to happen, but you find your way together through it all. Right. You have each other's backs, you love each other, and you keep growing together. You keep maturing together. It's a beautiful ride.
So mostly you do a publishing company of your own books and series of what people can learn. But then do you also work with people that like pay you to come get like advice and like meetings, or no? Because that would make you like a therapist, and you're not that.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
I'm a publisher of hot sex techniques, bedroom communication skills, and sexual health and vitality protocols.
Yes, and a YouTube star.
I do what I can do. YouTube gives me no love and no traffic because they don't like sex. So I generate all that traffic myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So one of the videos that I had seen about you was kind of about female ejaculation.
Yay, let's talk
and
about
I would like to chat about it.
Okay.
You hear that it's not pee, but it is pee. But then you're like, if it's kind of like pee, then what's happening? But it's not pee because it's not the color of pee. Like, I will stop meandering and let you talk about it.
Okay.
And help. Yeah.
Okay. So female ejaculate is not urine. It doesn't go through the bladder. It comes down through these things called Skene's glands that recruit water from your blood plasma. When you're having orgasmic contractions and you want to ejaculate, it will drop down into your urethra, and it will, the orgasmic contraction causes it to squirt out.
Yeah, because you can like shoot it across the room.
Yes, depending on your body dynamics, you definitely can. Other women, it can be a spring, a trickle, a gush, a river, a fountain like a hose.
Right.
And it can be all kinds of things, and it depends on the position. One of the easiest ways to ejaculate is kneeling, because you've got gravity.
Okay.
So that's nice. It's not pee. If there's any pee in it, it's because some of it comes out of your urethra, which is the chute that your pee comes down. And that's the tube that's wrapped around that is the G-spot tissue. The G area tissue is that erectile tissue. It's like a pool noodle. You know those noodles, those long extruded foam things from that kids sit on in pools. It's like that's wrapped around your urethra, your pee tube, and so all that spongy tissue has the Skene's glands running through it that drop down into that tube so it can come out. But they also leak out the front. It can leak out the front, and it comes out your vagina too. There's seepage in your vagina, so it comes from many different places. But that shooting thing, that's right out of your pee chute, but it's not pee. It's just your ejaculate. And so you don't have to worry about that. And I think the getting a fitted crib, like get a crib sheet or a waterproof fitted bed cover, and just put it over top of all your bed clothes, and then put another sheet on top of that so it's nice and soft. And then you don't have to worry about lube, ejaculate. I mean, good sex is very wet.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about anything. And when you're done, you can just pull it off the bed and hop in bed. And it's really nice.
You don't have to undo everything and redo it. It's just on top.
Yeah. That's my little trick. My squirter trick. Squirting is ejaculating.
Okay.
So men ejaculate and women ejaculate. So when men ejaculate and their semen comes out, they associate that with orgasm. But it's not. It's a separate system. You can ejaculate without orgasming. You can also orgasm without ejaculating as a man. Same with women. Sometimes the female ejaculation is with an orgasmic contraction and a feeling of orgasm, and sometimes it's just squirting out of you. But it feels good. It feels good to squirt. So there's a wide range of types of squirts. There was one thing I wanted to tell you. I would spend a lot more time warming up the entire inside of your vagina. The roof all the way up to the cervix, both sides, left and right. There's some really nice...
like a hand massage?
Yeah, fingering.
Okay.
And the base, the floor of your vaginal canal, there's a perineal sponge, which is the twin sister of the G-spot. You've got one above and one below, which is why some women really love anal sex. It gets that perineal spot that's developed in them well.
So for women because I've heard that like you can teach women how to squirt, like every woman can squirt.
I've taught over 3,000 women how to squirt with my program, Female Liquid Orgasm, that
you're giving in so many orgasms.
I know.
Do you prefer giving the ladies orgasms or the men orgasms?
I'm an equal opportunity orgasm.
I think it'd be more fun to get the lady orgasms because ladies have a harder time finding it. Guys just take it.
That's not true. You'd be surprised how many men have orgasmic issues, penis shame, delayed ejaculation, premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, prostatitis, all kinds of things.
Okay.
Embarrassment.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, no, it's equal. Everyone has, no matter, it's across the genders. Everything's a bell curve, and we're equal. We're the same. We start out the same in utero, and 16 weeks. Half of the little girls get bathed in a hormonal bath that turns them into boys. Boys' penises started out as clits. They just are outies instead of innies.
Right, and labias, balls.
Exactly. And you need as much stimulation as women do. They rush because they're testosterone. They're forward. They're like, let's go. Let's do it. Here we go. And women are like, la, 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 all around, up and down, do, 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 which makes nice for the polarity, but it rushes sex. And so that, of all things, is the thing to do, is slow down and play with each other's genitals more and longer and slower before you do anything.
Okay, so back to you making over 3,000 women ejaculate. Can you give us like I guess you don't want to tell us everything, maybe because you want people to get the book, but what would you tell to like women who are interested in that, or to guys that are interested in giving? Would you say it's a deeper pleasure than without it?
Well, yes. Here's what I would say, a couple things. Number one, it's not just a book, it's videos with specific techniques. You watch what to do. And then there's audios and ebooks as well. And really what I would say is that it's the most important thing about female ejaculation is her trust, comfort, surrender, and arousal, and slowness. It's an invitation, not a forcing type of thing. So that dissatisfaction you feel when pressing that spot of yours, and knowing that you can make yourself do it, but it's not really what you're seeking, that's because what you want is the love and the emotional connection and the slow calling to your release. And that is the part that especially men need to learn and women need to understand they must insist upon, and they're not taking or asking for too much by doing so.
Right. Because I feel like a lot of times, I don't know in a lot of relationships, but sometimes like you want your man to finish, and then a lot of women just are like, okay, like they'll pretend like they orgasmed or they don't really. And
I've got to tell you about finger fucking bling. You're going to love this.
Yeah.
So it's one of my favorite things. So we started off this whole conversation talking about a hot sex date I have tonight.
Yeah.
And we only got to oral for me. We didn't go any further, which is fine. I'm not, I don't.
No, I want to know all the things.
Well, we only have so many more minutes left. But after my husband has intercourse with me and he ejaculates inside me, which I like because semen is full of good things for women. So if you can have wet sex with a partner, like for example, if you're using a Daisy fertility tracker or something like that, which I love, so you can know when you're fertile and you just abstain from intercourse at that time or use a condom or what have you. And you can have wet sex with your partner. You can get that nice bit of serotonin, some testosterone, some zinc for mental clarity. It's just really good for you. But when he's complete, sometimes I still need some more orgasms. And one of my favorite orgasms is I keep asking to come until I'm complete. And he obliges happily. He loves to come me. And finger fucking bling is one of the ones we do after intercourse when my pussy is very nice and full and happy and well lubricated. And he'll put 2 fingers in, crook them up, and rub that G spot. And I don't always ejaculate, but what I like to do often is that finger fucking bling is just very nice G spot stimulation. And sometimes I'll put my vibrator on my clitoris at the same time. So it's a blended orgasm. And I don't know what it is about after intercourse for me with that, but it just feels, it's like that last one big, one, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, it just is good.
I was expecting the finger to be bejeweled or something.
Right, I know. Like
I thought it was going to have like those little monster finger things that you put on your finger. Because that would make me come. Yeah. I wanted him to have like jewels on his nails. You don't want the bejewels to come off inside of you. So I want to talk to you about another thing. Anal, prostate. Yeah, just exploring that. And I think a lot of men are scared to explore that. And a lot of women are scared to explore anal or prostate exams, prostate orgasms, but they're supposed to be amazing. What is your advice or thoughts on these things?
Okay, let's see. So first of all, it's an incredible amount of pleasure for most men once they're finally willing to experience it. It's their G spot. It's their P spot. It's very, very healthy to have your prostate massaged because you're moving, it's kind of like lymphatic drainage. So you're moving the fluid through that bulbous tissue mass. Men have a lot of prostate issues and incontinence issues as they age, so keeping things moving is very important. A man can do it for himself, or his partner can do it for him. Sometimes you can use anal plugs or prostate tools or massagers that include vibrating massagers, and those can be a really nice source of pleasure for a guy. All of those kinds of things, especially something like a hand job with prostate stimulation, perineum, anus, and prostate stimulation, can be super pleasurable for a guy. And you can just put gloves on and use some lube. And then when you're done, you just peel the gloves off and throw them in the trash. And you could say, oh, well, isn't that, kind of like clinical, or, like you're getting a prostate exam or what have you. And I say, no, there's nothing wrong with being cleanly, and that's nice and smooth. And it's just a really grown up, mature, convenient way to handle ass play, because asses are dirty. Like I'm a no to rimming. Eating ass is a bad idea. You can get parasites from that shit, literally. So it's seen on porn. People are doing it like crazy. I don't recommend it because of parasite transmission.
Yeah, I see it more and more and hear about it more and more.
It's like it's gone crazy, and it's not. I don't think it's very safe. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's for amateurs.
Okay. But you are up for safe anal play.
Yes.
And it is not just fun, but it is healthy.
Healthy. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but we have to do this.
Yes.
I need to find my backdoor G-spot, and I need to keep your prostate healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just what we're doing for each other.
Yeah.
We're partners.
Yeah.
In pleasure and health.
I like to ask my guests near the end of our chats if you have a sexual bucket list or something that you haven't really explored that you would like to explore. And as a sex expert, you might not have anything.
Well, what I'm doing right now is working with a new company, the Dr. Joel Kaplan company, and they're teaching me all about penis pumps and prostate massagers. So I'm really excited about that, because I am so high on all these, like we talked about the sexual rejuvenation stuff, like the Gaines wave with the pee shot and the penis pump for guys. It like breathes the life back into your dick. It's fantastic. And guys are afraid that it's a ripoff or bullshit, or it could get hurt, or it won't work. They're always like, well, how much girth can I get? How much length can I get? What can I get out of this? Will it work? Is it going to hurt me? And so I want to be able to like answer every single question, so that I have already on YouTube a whole series with Dr. Glenn Wilcox on penis pumps. He was teaching me about them, and I'm like, will you teach me everything you know, and then let's film it? And he introduced me to the Dr. Joel Kaplan company, because he was like, I've looked at all the penis pumps and these are the best. And I went to visit them, and I was like, will you train me? Can I like learn all about this from you? Because I think that who's going to tell a guy, hey, if you want to increase your length and your girth, or you have erectile dysfunction and you're trying to repair your penis or whatever, or it even just feels good, don't be afraid to try it. It actually works. Men get great gains from it. And
I thought they were just like temporary gains, though, if you just use the pump.
It's with the Gaines wave and the pee shot, it's much more gains. With just pumping, guys have had incredible gains pumping regularly, but it's just like working out. If you go to the gym and then you stop, your muscles get smaller. It's the same exact process. It's just in expanding the tissue and creating new nerves and blood vessels and capillaries in that growing tissue. You're growing the penile volume, and to do that all those nerves and all those nerves and blood vessels have to grow too. Yeah. So if you stop, it doesn't like go all the way back. You get some permanent gains. It never goes all the way back, but it doesn't stay as big as if you pump once or twice a week for 10 or 15 minutes. So
Right.
Lots of guys are willing to do that to have a really, really nice cock.
Yeah. So right now your bucket list is kind of just this new exploration
Yeah.
of like prostate.
Yes. It was interesting
Yeah.
that you asked me that question because it's exactly what it's like the next frontier for me is
Right. And then
understanding
I was
the
thinking
prostate massage.
you are a sextronaut, right?
Orgasmonaut.
Orgasmonaut. And as most astronauts and scientists, like you might not know what your next discovery is going to be to even know that you want to do that. So like, right. Like, so if you're orgasmonauting around the spheres of the planet and into the universe and beyond, like you don't even know the next bucket list thing's going to be because might not even know it exists yet. But as an orgasmonaut, you will discover it.
That is so true. And I love your
And you
belief
will
in
bring it to us.
traveling new frontiers.
Yeah.
This show is so low budget, we do our own sound effects, don't we, Miranda?
Yeah.
Low budget, high value.
Yes. That's the joy of podcasting, right? So will you please tell us your full name, your Instagram, whatever, your website, and I'll also have it in the show notes, but I want it straight from your mouth first.
Straight from my mouth.
Yeah. From your mouth to our pussies.
Woo! You're my mouthpieces. My website. Just go to betterlover.com. That's my YouTube channel. It's easy to find me from there anyway. And that's an easy URL to remember. You want to be a better lover.
Yep.
And then you can always find me on Instagram at Susan Bratton, Bratton, Susan Bratton. That's where I am everywhere.
Okay.
It's easy to find me.
Great. We'll have that. And then there's so much things that we didn't even get to talk about. So many things that she has to offer. So check her out. And then if you guys have more questions, maybe we can bring her back. But to do that, we have to give her lots of love. So go visit her on her sites and let her know that you loved her.
Thank you, Miranda.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon. Best luck on everything. And let us know everything about the prostate as soon as you hear.
I will. You'll be the first to know.
Okay, well, thank you again so much and enjoy your night and we will talk soon.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so I don't want to be as hot as her when I'm 57. I want to be as hot as her now. She's so hot. She's so cool. She's so comfortable and confident in her body and like with her husband. Like, I only hope that kind of magic is going to be in my life. Anyway, I know that I recorded this interview a little bit differently than the others, and the sound quality on my end was not as good, so I won't do that again, guys, but I hope you still really enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening. Please go check her out. Please go support her. betterlover.com. Please support me, InterestingSexPodcast.com. Check us out. Rate, review. Go to InterestingSexPodcast.com, and we have like fun gifts there. So that's cool. And you can see about our episodes. You can send me messages. You could be on the show if you message me there. I adore you guys. I'm really lucky that I have you. We are super lucky to live in a place where we get to have sex with who and how we want. And let's remember that there are a lot of these people in this world that are in sex trafficking and never get that choice in their life. I cannot imagine anything worse. So 10% of any profits from this show will go to help stop sex and human trafficking. Let's appreciate what we have, but let's do what we can to make a better place for those who don't. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your day off. Enjoy little baby Jesus. He's so cute. Okay, guys, see you next Tuesday to find out what the pussy drags in. And it's New Year's, so the pussy might be dragging in a porn star. Hope to see you guys then. Mwah, bye. Thank you to the Rad AF Band 41 for making this awesome song that I love to rock out to. Couldn't be happier. Check them out, guys. FORTY 1 ONE 41.
Yes, it's a doobity-doo. I mean a doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doo.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh, yeah. I don't get it. Oh, yeah. I don't get it.
My I promise I will not judge any person.
Yes. I don't get it. Yes. I don't get it.
It really is simple, kids. It really is simple, kids.
Yay! Ah, yes, 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 yes.